All right, welcome back, everybody. TGD today. It is Pro Golf Talk Live with Hugh Rory III and George Honeycutt. And joining us today, who normally doesn't join us today on Pro Golf Talk Live, Mr. Al Cloy.
That's
Dr.
right.
Grind.
You can't beat it, man.
Wow.
Thank you for having me.
No, thank you for being here.
Man, you get feelings mutual.
Oh, God, the love.
I'm out of here.
I'm out of here. I'm gone.
We got a ton of pro golf going on this weekend, dude.
Yeah, there's some good stuff going on.
We're at Waialae in Hawaii, at Honolulu,
Yeah.
for the Sony, the Jimmy Walker Open, as we call it.
Yes, sir.
I don't think Jimmy's going to win this year. I don't have him winning. Oh, you got it. Good. Congratulations. Keep it up.
It's called
You can-
Go to Asia.
You can go.
AsianTour.com.
Oh, is that where it is?
Yeah, it's real hard to find.
Okay, thank you. Then we've got the Euro Asia Cup going on. And, folks, people wonder why Europe plays the Ryder Cup scenario so much better than the Americans do.
They constantly do it.
This is the reason why.
Yeah.
The European team in the Euro Asia Cup this week is captained by, you know who, Darren Clark, the Ryder Cup captain for Team Europe.
No, that's the thing. It's not just Ryder Cup. He's doing when he takes that position. He's doing it for all of this to build a team and to figure out who, what, and where.
Is that not smart?
Well, you would think that's how you would do it.
Unbelievable. And then we sit and wonder, the Americans, you know, they just don't play well together as a team, and they do fine in stroke play, and they don't quite know how to play alternate shot, and they don't quite know how to play two ball, and they don't get along with their coaches or whatever. These guys, literally for a year leading up to the Ryder Cup, are playing in these multiple events together. They travel together. They communicate together. They go out and play practice rounds together. And then we sit there and take 12 Americans and try to put them together, and none of them's personalities match one another. And then we wonder why they don't have any success.
Well, I got a feeling that that's where the President's Cup will eventually change, because if you keep doing this right here, Europe's playing Asia, which is basically Australia, Asia, so, same tour, so to speak.
Mm-hmm.
And then obviously you've got South Africa's a little different, but I mean they're all in the President's Cup.
Mhm.
That's just going to help these other teams develop just like Europe's done. And
really,
Candy bar the door.
if you look at the teams, I mean, the Asian squad, of course, you got Anabon Lahari and Kirabesh Afi Bonrot and Tungjai Jaidi. You know I had to get that in, right?
I just was waiting. I figured that'd be the lead off. But
No. But if you sit and look at the European squad,
Yeah.
you don't have Rory McIlroy. You don't have Sergio Garcia. So some of the stalwarts of the European squad is not actually there, but you know they're going to be there for the Ryder Cup.
Right.
There's just a couple of players that you know. Now, who is there? One Ian Poulter.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's because this is a team event. Nobody better to play team events than Ian Poulter.
Well, I mean, the guy proves it year after year,
Year
when he
after
plays
year.
in them. So,
Yeah.
I mean, how do you argue with it?
Yep. And who is also not there? Justin Rose. So, you sit and look at, there's the young guns that are coming in. Now, one of the young guns, Victor Dubuisson, he's got some experience, but he's likewise over at the tournament, the Euro-Asia Cup. Brendan DeYoung, places, people like that, whatever. You got those players that are over there getting their teeth cut because they're going to be Ryder Cup players either this time or next time.
Yes.
No doubt about it.
No doubt about it.
So, and Asia, of course, this is their swan song. This is for them. The Asian Tour, this is their Ryder Cup.
Yeah.
This is their publicity.
It is.
This is their marketing tool. This is their moneymaker. This is their Ryder Cup. So, G. Mikkel Singh is the captain for them, a stalwart on the European Tour. He's been around for multiple years. And so good to him for obtaining this captaincy.
Well, I mean, look at your group of Europeans. You got Wiesberger, Fitzpatrick, Chelson, Broberg, Fisher, Dubuisson, Lowry, Sullivan, Wood, and Westwood.
Mm-hmm.
So, I mean, between Poulter, Willett, and Westwood and Dubuisson, I mean, now you've got some of your younger guys in there you're talking about.
Mm-hmm.
So he's going to find out how they handle this. That's what Darren Clark's going to find out. So, I mean, it ought to be interesting. You'll be watching it. You'll be up at 3 o'clock.
Yes, I will. I was up this morning to watch the Joe Berg Open.
Beautiful golf course, isn't it?
Yeah, it's kind of nondescript.
It's old school. It's in between the trees,
Excuse me, folks.
all the big trees.
Yeah,
You know,
tons of trees.
I mean,
Donald Ross.
I mean, it's right in the middle of Johannesburg.
they're playing lift, clean, and cheat.
It's
So,
amazing.
but yet it hadn't rained. But they're expecting rain tomorrow. It's 95 degrees plus. Humidity's up.
That's hard to
but they're at elevation.
Well, yeah, the balls. You're looking at basically like playing in Colorado here, Johannesburg.
Exactly.
I mean,
Yeah.
7 irons going 180 yards. It's
Yeah, you
nothing.
mentioned that last week as far as elevation and the further the ball flies, but they've got high humidity, high heat, and today the weather was pretty docile. But however, tomorrow they're expecting those big thunderstorms to start moving in. So
And when they get them coming through Joburg, it comes through pretty good. I mean, it's not just rain; it's a gully washer.
I heard
well,
that.
I tell you, they're playing two different courses, the East Course and the West Course. One's considered significantly harder than the other one. However, if you sit and look at the scoreboard right now, really the guys that are in the lead are at -6. -7's leading right now, but at -6, -5, half of them played the hard course and half of them played the easier.
Yeah,
So it's kind of working out 50-50.
yeah. If I'm not mistaken, George, and I'm trying to remember because I know that Royal Joburg. It was when we used to go down there. Great golf course, and then we used to play at Kensington where we played our Tournament of Champions or the end of the year tournament. And I believe those two have joined, and they've eliminated certain holes, and they've kept holes and done some stuff. So it's a little different. But you get those eucalyptus trees, I guess is what they are, the big, huge, tall things. And, I mean, you talk about gorgeous framing of a hole with all the kikuyu grass everywhere. And then it's phenomenal. up
Tons
there.
of grass.
Oh, yeah.
And if you stray a little bit, you either get the best break in the world because the ball just pops up and sits there like it's on a tee,
Yeah.
or B, it drops down to the bottom floor on the elevator and you can't get a club on it. I don't care if it's a wedge or anything.
Well, here's the thing. Here's the way kikuyu works majority of the time, and I'm going to say probably 80%. If you hit it and you hook it or you come out and the ball rolls into the kikuyu rough, you're okay. If you fly it in there, you can just kiss it goodbye. I mean, it's going to bury because it is such a coarse grass. And you're right. The ball will sit up to where, I mean, literally I've hit 3 woods out of 4-inch kikuyu, but the ball rolled into it. But if it flies in there and gets anywhere close to a little bit below that,
It's almost like the grass, if it flies in, the grass just kind of grabs it and then starts intertwining and covers it up.
it's it's basically like playing off zoysia, or centipede. It's that thick
Centipede,
a blade. It's that
yeah.
thick a blade, and it grows together like that. So you can see as if it's tall, if it rolls in there, it's just kind of going to prop up.
Yeah.
But when it flies in, it's just like it gets engulfed.
Yeah.
And
Brendan
that's-
Steele hit one in today. He hit it right. It hit the fairway, but then rolled into the rough, and all of a sudden it's perched up, and he had 200 and whatever yards to a par 5. And he was telling his caddy, he goes, I'm worried about this 4-iron. And the caddy goes, why? And he goes, I think I'm going to go underneath it. It's almost like it's sitting too high.
Well, exactly. That's what I'm saying. It'll roll in and perch up because it's just that thick a blade, But it's like they talk about at Riviera when you go out there and they're playing.
Yeah.
If that ball flies in there and if it gets anywhere down, I mean, imagine trying to get a club through.
I have looked
St.
minutes on
Augustine.
minutes at Riviera for balls that get a little bit off the fairway, and you swear up and down it only went out into the rough a foot. I have looked for several minutes on several different holes for balls, whether mine or somebody else's, at Riviera because of that exact thing.
Yeah, it's just got
It just disappears.
It's how it goes into the rough is how basically going to depict your lie 80% of the time.
Yeah.
But you talk about playing off fairways, folks. It's like playing off of perfect carpet. That's it. I
Wow.
mean, if you get a bad lie, it's because you accidentally got a bad break and hit in somebody's divot.
Yeah.
But it beautiful. I'm curious to see what the scores are and how it comes across. And
Well, for them starting out at -7 being the lead, it's obviously the course is out there at a solid 4, 5, 6 under par every day. I think the weather's going to dictate something tomorrow, but with the winds and the rains and all those, they're anticipating a several-hour electrical storm.
then they
So
won't play. They won't
then-
play at all.
Exactly.
I can tell you
So-
right now, they will not
know.
play. Because, I mean, that's just like being in Denver and the thunderstorm coming in. You know they don't just come in and go out. When they come in, it's you get to safety, period, and that's it. And that's the way it is in Johannesburg.
Okay, all right. So now also too, the PGA Tour at Wailea, as we mentioned, at the Sony Open, and I've played Wailea 30 times. It's a beautiful place. You can look at it as a Florida golf course, or you can look at it as a Hawaiian golf course. It's not the same look, the same feel as like a Kapalua. Okay. Where you got the lava and you got the mountains and you got the cliffs and all this. I mean, you're just on a flat piece of property. In actuality, it's one of the smaller pieces of property on the PGA Tour.
It has to be because, I mean, it can't be more than about 120 acres if it's that.
Oh, it's that. It's not that.
It's bigger than the Columbus Country Club in Columbus, Georgia, which is on 99 acres.
That's right.
But it's
Barely.
It is self-contained inside a wall.
You got the ocean on one end, and then you've got a street, and a street. And it's surrounded on one side by a public road, which is quite busy, by the way. The back side is houses, and then the north side basically is houses, including the old chairman of Sony used to live in the blue roof house. And notice when they show the tee box on 17, which is a par 3.
It's right there.
Okay, which is number 8 for the members. They flip it for the tournament.
Yeah.
Okay.
And they've turned number 1 and used to be number 10 into a par 4 now.
Yeah. Yep. So
That's one of the hardest driving holes in America.
Mm-hmm.
When it was a par 5.
Right.
Now you got to hit driver. I can't.
Yeah.
Oof. Have fun.
But 16, when they come in, you get the famous palm trees that are in the W for Wailea, and then you go over to the tee box, and you'll notice when they give you the aerial shot from the tower, per se, over by the hotel, and it shoots down on 17T, you're going to see a house right there on the corner with a blue tiled roof. There's no missing it.
Right.
That used to be the chairman of Sony. He built that home. And so that's how the Sony Corporation started sponsoring this event. 51 years they've been doing it now.
Man.
Yeah.
So it's been around for quite some time. The golf course is a lot of fun to play, folks. And the reason why is you've got some par 5s that are very easy to reach, like 18 or number 9 for the members, but number 18 during the tournament, if you cut it across the corner, you're literally hitting 7 irons in.
Yeah, but the problem is just left of those bunkers they make out of bounds.
And also, too, if you push it right, you end up in some of the thickest rough on the golf course.
Exactly.
And you're doing everything you can to punch it out 60 yards up the fairway. So the least little bit right, and you end up in the concession stand over there. A lot of guys literally will just go for the green and 2, no matter what club they've got in their hand, because they know if they hit the grandstands, then they get a free drop.
Right.
So they'll just go ahead and play it long instead of maybe coming up short in that front left bunker. And, they really don't want to deal with that, depending on where the pin is.
Yeah, exactly.
So,
and I mean, because that's why they made the in-course out of bounds on 10, because guys would take it and drive it down 10.
mm-hmm.
You go right across 11, down 10, and 11 tee and go right down 10. And, you could literally hit 9 iron, 8 iron in there because it goes out in dog legs so sharp. But they made in-course out of bounds. And, you've had people like Daly a few years ago. He, was in content, played decent there. And he hit out of bounds on 18, thinking he could go that way. Just by not using his brain, forgetting.
Yeah.
But,
Daly is Daly. Jimmy Walker, Zach Johnson, and KJ Choi are playing together. They are teeing off later today. Again, this event, with it being out in Honolulu, we get to watch it in prime time here on the East Coast, so we won't even see television come on with coverage until 6 p.m. on Eastern Standard Time. So And then we got the likes of Kevin Kisner with Davis Love and Brant Snedeker. Sneds played extremely well, putted extremely well at Kapalua. And so thusly, who knows? Maybe Sneds is turning the clock here back a little bit.
I mean, he got the new driver from Bridgestone that everybody's been raving about.
Oh,
so
did he?
We'll see how that goes. Yeah.
Well, but again, I love his stroke on Bermuda greens, and so I look for Brant to have a good, maybe a good week. Kisner, again, starting off playing well. He didn't quite do as good as I thought he could at Kapalua last week, but he was middle of the pack. So if you were at
middle of the pack, he finished in the top 15.
Middle of the pack. That's
Didn't
middle
he
of the
finish
pack.
like ninth?
There's only 30 players.
Didn't he finish ninth?
Did he finish ninth? I have no clue.
I think so.
Okay, great. Then he was in the top third.
Okay.
Relax. I know I'm picking on your boy, but whoa. Then you got Adam Scott with Matt Kuchar and Graham McDowell. That'll be an interesting threesome.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Adam, of course, coming back from the off season. So this will be his first event back. And Justin Thomas, Danny Lee, and Emiliano Grillo, which is one of my dark horses. Grillo, again, participated in his first Kapalua Plantation Course event and had great success there. He played very well. So we'll see how he does at Wailea. But one person I want everybody to keep an eye on, and that is Patton Gazire. He is featured in the groups going out today. And Patton, of course, won the Web.com Tour Money List Championship. And he was number one to get his tour card for this year. And in the 7 events that he had already participated, I think in 5, he's got a couple of top 10s. He's got a couple of top 5s. And so Patton is just a player. He's kind of non-flamboyant. He just goes out there. He's like 6'12". He's like 130 pounds.
No, he's more than that.
And he just hits the ball. He's not flair. He's not flamboyant. He's not wearing the Ricky Fowler, prison strap shoes. He doesn't have MC Hammer's pants on. He's just going out there and playing golf. And I think he's one to
Very
definitely keep an eye on in your fantasy league this week, because him and Grillo and a couple of others are going to be lower dollar participants on the fantasy golf this week.
I agree.
So they are definitely ones that maybe you want to throw your hard-earned points behind versus some of the higher-end players like Jimmy Walker, who will be the favorite, 2-time winner, of course. Last year winning by 9 shots. He ran away with it. That's why I called it the Jimmy Walker Open. But, again, I don't see him repeating that this year. I think it's going to be one of these Web.com Tour players that are just going to continue their stellar play. I mean, we had 5 first-time winners in 7 events, from the end of the year.
Yeah.
And so I don't expect that right now this week. Now, maybe next week when they start hitting the West Coast, things will change a little bit. But then we'll start seeing the names, come back into play.
Yeah.
Like the Kuchars and the Mickelsons maybe, or the Snedekers or whoever. But for right now with this event, I think this golf course lends itself to, if you can fly it hard and high, it's going to land somewhat softer and stay in the fairways. Then if you just literally get the ball to the cup, they'll go in the hole. But if you start struggling with speed at all on Bermuda greens, then you don't have a snowball's chance. That's why I think Sned's little pop stroke fits well with that Bermuda.
That's so, but then again, he's not into all that other stuff where they don't believe in grain either, because he understands.
No.
So if you don't understand the grain,
That's why I'm not even mentioning Adam Scott, because the other day I saw Adam putting and he was doing this and he was doing this, and I didn't know if he was flipping off the crowd or what. So all this stuff here, I'm not quite getting that.
He was giving it a Nixon.
Oh, is that it? Yeah. Only you're old enough to know that. TGD Radio and TV are produced and broadcast by the Zeus Radio Network for thegolfdirector.com. When visiting the Golf Director, be sure to check out our featured course pages, where you'll find up-to-date information about course conditions, specials, much more. Need help with a golfing vacation? Just call Dave. You can give us a call right here at the Golf Director at 844-GO-GOLF-1, 844-464-6531. All of our TGD programming is archived for listening and viewing on demand. To catch up on any show you may have missed, you can click on the TGD Radio or the TGD TV tabs in the menu screen at thegolfdirector.com. We're now available on over 1
Billion.
Thank you. Devices at iTunes, Audio Realm, TuneIn, YouTube, Ustream, Roku, Periscope, Catch.me, Blueberry, and, of course, the Myrtle Beach Golf app. For the infamous Al Cloyd, Hugh Roy III, professional golfer extraordinaire, I'm George Honeycutt. And Jeff behind the glass, I want to thank you for joining us today on Pro Golf Talk Live right here on TGD TV and TGD Radio. Don't go anywhere. There's a lot more golf news and information coming up next.